When you're playing around and creating in Silhouette Studio, do you get tired of having to either right click or go up to the menu bar to find the correct action that you want to do? Well, guess what? Silhouette keyboard shortcuts are the answer. And today I've got 5 of them that I want to share with you that are going to change everything that you're doing in Silhouette Studio, make it so much easier. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Christy from here at Crafty Christy's Creations, and I'm here to help you master your silhouette. So let's go ahead and dive in with the silhouette keyboard shortcut number 1 that you need to know, and that is group and ungroup. Okay, so let's take a look at group and ungroup. So you'll see here to group something, I'm going to select all of these items, and then to group them, right now you can see I have a bounding box around each one individually, and then I'm going to hit Control plus G on my computer, and now they are in a group, so they have one bounding box around all of them, and that's how you can group. And then this is also, I should say, I'm doing this on a PC. And on a Mac, it'd be Command G, but on a PC, it's Control plus G to group, and then to ungroup is Shift Control G. And now you can see that single bounding box went back around all of the objects. So again, if you were on a Mac, that would be Shift, Command, and G. So that is number 1. So that is number 1, your group and ungroup. So our second one that we want to work with is going to be zoom. So let's jump into Silhouette Studio and I'll show you what that looks like. So if you have ever done anything and you need to get a good look at it, if you click on an object and then do Control and then the plus sign, even if something's clicked on it, it's not going to necessarily zoom you in on that object, but it did zoom me in on my page. And then to zoom out, it's Control and the minus key, and you can just keep hitting that and it'll zoom all the way out as far as it can go. You can zoom all the way in until you're happy where that's at. So unfortunately, it doesn't matter if you have the item clicked. It's still just going to zoom in or zoom out however it wants. So let me zoom out a little bit more, which is the Control and the minus key. I think that's more fun to use than using the buttons at the top here. You've got the plus and minus zoom, which will also do the same. Okay, so that is your zoom. So now let's look at our function number 3, which is going to be the duplicate. So if I want to duplicate something in Silhouette Studio, that means I can basically you're making a copy of it, but putting it somewhere specific. So just to do a generic duplicate, I'm going to select an object and I can hit Control and D, and that just duplicates it, and then you can click and drag that duplication wherever you want. But you can also duplicate in a certain direction. So if I do the Control and then do the arrow key to the right, it's going to duplicate to the right. If I go Control arrow key down, it duplicates below. Control arrow key left, duplicates to the left. Let's do one more to the left, and then Control arrow key up will go above. So that is how you can use the duplicate function in Silhouette Studio to make that even easier for you while you're designing. And now, number 4, and this one you might not use quite so much, but it is still a good one to know how to use, and that is to mirror a design. So we use this mostly when we're working with heat transfer vinyl. I think, you know, there's other reasons you would want to you'd want to mirror a design, but typically we use that when we're doing our heat transfer vinyl. You need to mirror it so that way it shows up the correct way when you go to cut it out for your project. So now let's look at what that looks like when you want to mirror. So here we're going to mirror. So if I take, you know, and all of these are pretty symmetrical. Let me get rid of these. We'll pull this one down here. And if I want to mirror, so you can see right now it's pointed up, but to mirror this one, I'm going to do Shift, Alt, and then arrow key. So now I can, again, to the right. From this one, I could go to the top. From this one, I can go to the left. Let's Shift, Alt, left, and then Shift, Alt, down. And that is your duplicate. Very similar to duplicate, but this is mirror. So the difference between duplicating and mirroring is that when it duplicates, so let me just show you this. So if I duplicate, which is Control and then to the left, the angle stays the same, but when you mirror, it rotates. So you see this one basically just took that object and flipped it over to the right. Otherwise, it's going to take it and flip it over to the left. It makes a lot more sense when I come in with a letter. So let's just do a C. Now, if I duplicate this, that's what it does. But if I mirror, Shift, Alt, left, and then it completely flips it over. So that's the difference between the mirror and the duplicate. But that is your fourth one that you're going to want to know, and that's your mirror. Okay, for the fifth and final things that you should know for keyboard shortcuts, that is to copy and paste. Now, this is one that's pretty simple. We probably have all used this in other programs, but did you know that you can also do that here in Silhouette Studio? So in order to do my copy and paste, I can Control plus C makes a copy, Control plus V pastes. And then you can click and drag that wherever you want to do it. But if you also do Control and F, that is going to paste, because I didn't copy. Well, okay. So what happened there, this was the last one that I made a copy of. So it pasted it right back on top of that one that was there. So Control and F will paste in front, whereas Control and V will just paste wherever it wants to go. So there you have it. That is the 5-ish, I gave you a few more than that, but the 5 kind of topics of different Silhouette keyboard shortcuts that you are going to want to make things a little easier for you while you're designing and doing creating your projects in Silhouette Studio. Now, if you want to go deeper and find out even more Silhouette keyboard shortcuts, you can do that at this link here, craftychristycreations.com/YouTube. And I will leave that link below in the description, but go over there and grab your set of free Silhouette keyboard shortcuts. I have an entire page for you, and it breaks it down in PC and then also in Mac. So no matter what kind of computer you're using, you will be able to use these keyboard shortcuts. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Bye.